Hey guys, Deanna here. Listen, forgive me, I am a little under the weather and so my energy is not quite as up as it usually is, but just bear with me because this is something that's pretty important and I feel like it's definitely worth talking about. Um, it's something that you've probably watched lots of videos on and people talk about it all the time, but it's a big deal, and that's fear, guys. I have been making some adjustments in my personal life and my business life, and I have been letting fear hold me back from doing some things that I've known that I've been needing to get done. And the funny thing is I wasn't recognizing it as fear. And usually I'm pretty good at recognizing that, but it actually took somebody, a friend of mine, as I was talking to them the other night, and they were like, "Dee, you're letting fear get in the way of what you're wanting to do, of what you're feeling like you need to move forward in this area of life." And it hit me. It was like, oh my gosh, you're right. I am letting fear get in the way. Sometimes, guys, it takes an outside perspective to point things out to you. Because sometimes when we just stay within ourselves, we can internalize it, we can rationalize it, we can talk ourselves in or out of a cardboard box. So it's really good to have a solid outside voice, someone that's trustworthy and reliable who you can bounce ideas off of and they can say, no, that's fear, or yes, this is, it's always good to have a sounding board. If you don't have that, I strongly encourage you to find somebody that you can trust and that can be honest with you and give you those little directions when you need them. But here's the thing, guys. I believe firmly that fear comes from the enemy. Fear does not come from God. Fear is something that I believe the enemy uses to derail us from the purpose that God has for us. Because fear doesn't come from God. It just doesn't. And so if you are facing a pretty big decision and you are so fearful over it, I mean, like, oh my gosh, but if I do this, what if? That's fear. I'm not talking about thinking about moving forward in an area of life and just kind of having a check in your spirit. That's different. I'm talking about, okay, well, if I move forward, oh, this might happen. And, oh, well, what if this happens? That's fear, guys. And it will paralyze you in every area of your life. Don't let it. I have known people who have, instead of living a life full of faith, they have lived a life full of fear. Now imagine two people, okay? They're both at the starting line. One person knows they're going to finish. They're going to finish the race hard. They're going to give it their all. They have faith that they are going to do their best. They have faith that they're going to win. The second person lives a life full of fear. They want to get to the finish line, but what if there's some rocks on the track? What if the person they're running against trips them? What if somebody from the crowd throws something out on the track and they trip? Or what if they get a headache? Or what if they get dehydrated? Do you know what happens, guys, when that bell goes off or that whistle or whatever it is that starts the race? The runner that lives a life of faith, I'm sorry, guys, I'm tired. I know my energy's not as up today, but this is important, so hang in there with me. The person that lives the life of faith, they finish the race. Do you know what the person who lives a life of fear is still doing? They're still at the starting line, guys. Because they're still mulling it over in their head. Well, I don't know about this, and oh, well, what if there's a rock in my path, and well, how do I get over the rock, and how do I get over the barriers? Guys, they don't start. So meanwhile, your person that lives a life full of faith hasn't gone past all of it. They finished. They're in victory, success. And the person that's full of fear is still stuck at the starting line, and they never have begun. Guys, don't be like that person. I want to encourage you to live a life full of faith. Believe that you have a purpose and a destiny. Don't allow yourself to be full of fear. Fear is a killer. It will kill your relationships. It will kill your business. It will kill your personal life. It's poison, guys. Fear is toxic. Don't allow the toxicity of fear to go through your body and your mind. Just don't do it. You have a choice. We all have choices. Okay? This is another thing I'm big on. Then I'll wrap it up. Guys, we all come from different backgrounds. Some of us have had rougher backgrounds than others. Some of you guys have had some really rough backgrounds. But at the end of the day, we all have a choice. We have a choice to live a life full of faith and fly forward, or we can choose to live a life full of fear and never move past the starting line. You guys got to choose what's going to be it for you. What are you going to choose? Are you going to be a person of faith, or are you going to be a person of fear? You know what you need to do, and I know it's not always easy, but I believe in you, and I believe that you can be that person of faith, and you can do great things. So think on that, guys. Hold on to that, mull over it, pray over it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.